to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. The good bad guys of Wrestling Podcast are back talking all things of the week that was in professional wrestling. I'm Brian, Jason, and Joe are here. Kevin is on assignment this week. Guys, collectively, tell me if this sticks with you. Brian, Jason, Joe, I think collectively, when it's just the three of us on the show, we should now be known as BJJ. What do you think?
Creative. Did you pay someone?
Brazilian
Did you pay a marketing
Jiu-Jitsu
company to come up with that?
I just wanted to make sure our minds aren't in the gutter, though, when I was going with that. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was my inspiration there.
From the mind that brought you BLT at WrestleMania.
Yes, I'm all about the acronyms. We'll see if that sticks or not. Guys, let's start off. Let's celebrate good times. Yes. Come on. First ever YouTube video on our YouTube channel has hit 1 million views. This is
crazy.
Liv Morgan cashing in Money in the Bank on Ronda Rousey. This was nearly a year ago that took place. Jason, this was you live in Las Vegas. I mean, take us through it, my friend. How about this?
You know, when we started this podcast 2.5 years ago, it was Brian. It was like, we should film this and just throw it up on YouTube. And we basically started the YouTube for like a year and a half of just hosting videos. Like, we weren't trying to get subscribers or, we weren't trying to, make money or anything. We were just, it's just what we were doing. So then July 1st, 2022, I'm in Las Vegas and, I get the good seats, second row for Money in the Bank. And, two videos really put us on the map that night. Becky Lynch freaking out right in front of me and Liv Morgan cashing in the Money in the Bank contract that she'd won earlier in the night. So prior to that, I believe we had maybe 30 subscribers. And I think our most watched video was maybe like 16 views. So the next morning I wake up Pacific time to a text and a screenshot from Brian.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, check this out. The Becky Lynch video in 5 hours had 50,000 views and we had 700 subscribers.
Just like that. Yeah.
So then those numbers kept climbing. And also then the Liv Morgan video started climbing and our subscriber count kept climbing. And I would say for probably about a month, we were constantly checking in on this subscriber count, and it got us over to 3,000 subscribers. And, where we're at now, we're about 295 away from 4,000 subscribers. But the Liv Morgan video, literally on Wednesday of this past week, hit 1 million views. And I'm just blown away at four schmucks like us who have no real hype behind us.
Yeah.
I know it's not a lot to a lot of people, but for me, it's a huge deal that, the four of us are still here. I really thought Joe would have been gone by now. My harassment, I thought, would have put him over the edge, but
I worked in public school. You need to do a lot more than that. Come on.
So here we are. Liv Morgan is at 1 million views. And over the course of the year, I've learned a lot about YouTube. I still have a lot more to learn about YouTube. And for the guy that had the fucking balls to comment on Kevin's post of wanting to know how much money we've made, go eat a dick.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Go eat a
that.
dick, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you? I don't even know if you're Kevin's friend or not, but fuck off, man.
Wow.
So through the course of the year, that Liv Morgan video has been stolen a lot.
Oh, I think I remember catching it once. I was like,
yeah,
wait
you said
a second.
something.
Yeah.
Well, on the day of 1 million views, somebody stole it. And YouTube, I give you guys so much credit. You are on it when people steal videos.
Okay.
I got an email from YouTube. Hey, someone stole your video. So I went and looked to see what they did, and they literally chopped the intro with our logo, put a thing, watermark over R's in the bottom right.
Wow.
But they left my fucking voice. Like when Rhonda got her in the ankle lock, I literally said, no fucking way they're going to do this. So, first thing I did, I got my keyboard, left the same comment 3 times. Thanks for stealing our video. I hope the strike is worth it. Went to YouTube, filed the claim. A couple hours later on Wednesday, I got a notification that the investigation was underway. Thursday morning, I got the notification that we were right. They had removed the video. Then this motherfucker who stole the video had the nerve to email me.
Oh my.
The
mailbag. Okay, the mailbag's back. All right.
At that wrestlepod@gmail.com. Yeah.
The subject of the email, all lowercase letters, no punctuation. Please remove my strike. I already have a strike. This will be my second strike, and my channel will get cut down. I took the video down. Please remove my strike. The message, nothing.
It was all in the subject. No message.
So it was a kid.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Fuck
kids
you,
do that.
dude.
No,
Eat a
kids
dick.
do that.
Fuck that.
That's a kid thing.
As
I am
someone
not
who gets emails from 10-year-olds, they put the entire email in the title with blanket. So it's a kid. It's a kid.
I don't give a shit. First off, don't steal, motherfucker. Let this be your lesson. And for some reason, this YouTube channel is whack, but they had 1,000 subscribers, and I hope their shit gets shut down.
Damn.
If he would have written a note, it says, "Hey, I apologize. I'm sorry." Blah, whatever. No, you fucking put a message in the subject with no punctuation, no capitalization, or anything.
Like a kid would do.
Joe, quit standing up for this motherfucker.
I'm
okay?
not standing up for it, but I'm
shit.
just saying this is a kid
I don't
who
give
did
a
it.
kid
It's
10,
a kid.
110, 410. I don't give a shit.
Gotta
Don't
learn a lesson
fucking
somehow.
steal
You do.
my
I agree.
videos.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
But
hope
it's
your shit gets shut down. Eat a dick.
Wow.
Congratulations to us for 1 million views. Our first 1 million view video. And I don't know if we'll ever get another one. Like Becky Lynch is at about 350,000. That Brock from WrestleMania with Omos went to like 4,000 like overnight.
Mhm.
I think there's
It's wild
Shanky.
what takes off and what doesn't.
Yeah, I
don't
mean
know.
I think I labeled something Shanky gets stanky from a house show.
Dancing,
That had
I remember
a ton of
that.
views. I mean,
Well, Brian's watched it 990.
Yeah, now I'm
Oh.
moving over to Becky Lynch, guys.
so
Give
it
me
was
some
Brian.
time.
Okay.
We'll get it all
I
up there.
just remember when it happened. I was at Disney World on vacation, walking around the park, and my phone just and it's just Jason going like, "Where did that? Where did this? Where this?" It's like, I'm like, "Oh my, this is blowing up," and my wife's just going, "And we're on vacation." I'm like, "But this is big."
But Brian, I think that was the moment you thought maybe it was time to take YouTube a little more serious.
Yeah,
I think
it
so,
was. It was just like because it was an overnight thing. It wasn't day after day that we're like, hey, this is getting like I woke up. I think I missed Money in the Bank. I was at a concert and I was just like falling on my phone, going, I was like, oh,
I
Liv
watched
Morgan
it
won.
from my hotel
This is
room.
great. And so the next morning, checking the videos that you were posting. And when I saw, like you said, I sent that text because it was like, what, wait a second. Like, how is this possible?
We went from 16
right
to 16 views to 50,000 in like 5 hours. I mean,
so
unbelievable.
That was just insane. Yeah, it was insane.
So if you're listening to this and you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. We are trying to get to 4,000. We wanted to do it by WrestleMania and we didn't get there, and that's okay. Maybe 4,000 by SummerSlam. I think 294
in the aftermath of SummerSlam, because hopefully we'll have some cool footage. We'll hopefully a vlog and get some great stuff there. That I could totally see that happening.
Like, subscribe, share, and all that stuff. And if you are watching on YouTube, thank you. Leave your comments in the comments
That's where they
because
go.
Good strategy.
Yeah, I know.
That's amazing.
But pretty
Put
cool
your
though.
comments on camera with the get a flyer,
give it to a carrier pigeon, and then ship it.
Smoke signals.
It's been a cool week on this podcast for sure. So thank you. If you ever watch any of our videos, and specifically the Liv Morgan video, it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Brian.
So onward, guilty, onward and upward. With bigger and better things for the pod and the YouTube. Real quick, wanted to touch on something from last week. Joe, I did not. But did you go back and watch Jason's recommendation of the Iron Sheik boner?
No, I said I wasn't going to last
Right.
week,
Okay.
and I stuck to it. I was like, nope, I'm not going back to that. I know other people did, and Jason, the power of your voice apparently got to most people, but not me. No,
It turned people
freaking way.
on. It turned people on to that.
That's better choice of words could have been used, but nevertheless,
Did you, Brian?
No, I did not, but I want to shout out listener Keith, and Keith is a long time. He listened to me at Q106, and he's on my Facebook, and we still stay in touch on wrestling and metal and everything else. And he sends me a message, I think on Tuesday or whatever, saying, OMG, I just looked up the video of the Sheik versus Hogan guy hand on forehead emoji. And I wrote him back. I said, I sent it to Jay, and you were laughing. And
me bringing it up caused the views on that video to burst. Exploded. It's huge. Huge.
Well said. Nothing more to add to that. So, yeah, I wanted to shout out Keith for sure.
If you want some more good Iron Sheik content, last Friday's Cheap Heat on the Ringer Wrestling podcast, Rosenberg talked to MVP, and MVP had a lot of fun stories about the Iron Sheik, giving him weed, Iron Sheik calling him the gimmick man, never being able to say MVP. It was like PVM, he's the gimmick man.
Oh my
MPV,
God.
he's the gimmick man. Like lots of great Sheik stories from MVP and Rosenberg on Cheap Heat last Friday's edition. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already. And go check out the Iron Sheik's boner video, 1984, January 20th, Madison Square Garden. The reason wrestling is here is because of the Iron Sheik's boner.
Man, it's funny how the world
He erected pro wrestling.
Hulkamania.
He erected sports entertainment in one night with one bone.
Let's stop there. It's as good as it gets, buddy. That was great.
That was good.
Let's quit in a sense, I'd say. I loved it, but let's quickly talk SmackDown last week. It was teased all night that Jey Uso was going to make a choice on whose side is he on. And we all threw out predictions. Jason expertly said he's going to go with his brother, which I thought was amazing. And Joe, you can take a victory lap on this one. Let's go back and hear just what you had to say.
I don't think there's going to be a decision made. I think it's going to play out for another week. Why? Okay. Why give it away now? Keep it going.
Congratulations,
Joe. Brilliant.
Yeah. What do you say?
Why would they? Why would they give it up when there's we still got a couple weeks until Money in the Bank?
In fairness, that's true. But
this has been a slow burn story for 2 years. They're just gonna give it up now. Come on.
I think that's all true, but I think that's also is that quote unquote false advertising, and I don't feel like they do that a lot.
No, it's not false advertising because they didn't advertise Roman Reigns being there. Roman's going to be there,
but it was the whole
tonight.
Show. Even after the first segment, which again, if you haven't watched it, I'm sure everybody has. Paul Heyman comes out, Jey Uso confronts him and Solo, and that was that's going to be the choice. But Heyman got him a match with Austin Theory for the U.S. Championship. Said he's tribal chief in waiting. So that was that. Let's go to the end of the show. And Michael Cole's like, he's going to make a decision. Match is over. Of course, Jimmy kicked him and he loses. He still didn't make a decision. So the fact that it was the thread the whole show.
If this was the 90s, it'd be Mean Gene on the hotline telling you what's going to happen. Our insider sources are saying this. Keep it going. Why give it away now? It's not going to be. I don't even think it's going to be given away tonight. I think we're going to find out at Money in the Bank. What's going to happen, and that will set up SummerSlam.
Roman is back, so yeah, they're kind of pushing that narrative again of the decisions coming. Jay, I know it's difficult for you to agree with Joe, but you can if you will. But your thoughts on how that played out and where it goes next.
I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't hear him say anything.
Jesus
Predict anything.
Christ.
Yeah, it's because we were giving praise to me. So Jason was just like,
I should have
I was
known.
actually
Iron
looking at the
Sheik,
picture Brian
January 20th,
posted.
1984.
Actually, quite the opposite, you fucking pervert. I was looking at the picture Brian posted with his daughter on the second annual out of school celebration lunch that he posted earlier today.
Yeah. Harper done with first grade today. What a great
Fucking sicko. Did you cry, Brian?
No, oh no. It's just great. It's just a good day. A lot of smiles.
First grade, how'd you do it?
No.
You know, the line about if I'm in the bloodline, you're out of the bloodline, that was a cool line. I enjoyed that. You know I am, maybe my age is catching up, or I'm just running myself to the bone. I was watching SmackDown.
Not with the Iron Sheik puns again.
And I fell asleep during the main event match. So much like the week prior when Roman got the new title, I didn't know what happened in the main event of SmackDown. I like how they did it. Accidental super kick.
Mm-hmm.
And, I feel like we are going to get Roman and Solo against the Usos. I just don't know where. Unless we're going to get Roman and Brock at SummerSlam in Detroit, I almost want to see the Bloodline Civil War at SummerSlam.
I think
make a cool poster.
We're gonna get Brock and Cody at SummerSlam. We're gonna get, I think, if it was my prediction, and since I have to say it either in a text or on the show, I think it's gonna be a triple threat match. Roman versus Jimmy and Jey at SummerSlam.
But I think though it'd be cool, but I think that with the Solo part of it, I think that's what makes it the tag team.
But I think with Solo being there on the side of Roman with Paul Heyman, is Solo going to help his brothers, or is he going to help his tribal chief?
I think that's why it's a tag match. I don't know.
I mean,
but they have to have that championship defended at SummerSlam. It's the second biggest show of the year. You can't have it be a tag match.
Is there any chance we get this, depending on what happens tonight, maybe we get the tag match at Money in the Bank?
I think there's a good chance of that. Yes.
Possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a triple threat match at SummerSlam.
Well, no, I said Money in the Bank. Do we get the tag match at Money in the Bank?
Yes.
I think it's that, or it's Roman versus Jimmy.
And is
one of the two.
If the tag match is at Money in the Bank, does it go on last?
Boy, it
has to.
I think
Cody
has
and Dom.
because
Cody and Dom have to go on last.
That's true.
No. I think it has to, unless this is in Puerto Rico and Bad Bunny's there. Maybe you can pull that off, but no.
If Roman is there, he goes on last.
Roman's last. Yeah. I think we learned that from Crown Jewel a couple weeks ago when Seth and AJ went first and Roman went last. So I think that makes sense. The other notable part from SmackDown, and guys, I'm leading into this thinking this is the most predictable of answers from both of you. That if we could rewind to so many past episodes, we could just hit play and it'd be the exact same thing. Look at this guy. He's turned around. He knows what he's doing with this.
So unprofessional.
Like I said, man. Asuka, new WWE Championship celebration. Look who's back. Charlotte.
As she should. She should come back. She should go for the title. She should win the title. She should get what she wants because she is the absolute best woman wrestler in the world. Even when she's been off since WrestleMania, she's the best female wrestler in the world.
And Joe, your rebuttal.
I'll take your answer off the air. Thanks.
Yeah. No, take it. First time, long time. Let me just. No, she was terrible. She was terrible in that whole promo. She was awful. Period. She kept pointing to the old championship, saying,
"I will say that was funny." Yeah, I came back for that. I was like, "Wait, that's the one you just turned."
And it was so predictable too. I was sitting there on the couch, just going, "Like,
you didn't predict
bring
it.
her back.
You didn't say it last week."
I didn't want to. I didn't want it to come true. But when it was just like, oh, they're doing the title celebration, they're doing the switch, I'm like, oh, she's coming back. And I sent a text message before it happened too.
Yes, you did.
I didn't get
Yes,
that.
I did. It was
I didn't
all of
get
you. Just because you blocked me doesn't mean it didn't happen. But no,
I didn't get
awful.
it.
I can't.
Doesn't count.
I can't
Doesn't count.
stand it. And Bianca has every right to be upset storyline wise, and hopefully in real life too. Charlotte is not the best.
Oh,
she's not. Period.
I don't remember if we talked about this last week, but I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago when I questioned whether or not Bianca's braid was real or not.
Yeah, you talked about that.
It's not real. I found out. Confirmed.
Multiple
sources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yes.
I feel stupid, but I have reasons why I thought it was real. Like Kevin and I both said, it frayed, and it didn't fray for like 4 years, and then all of a sudden it frayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, moving on. Charlotte Flair's the best.
Charlotte's the worst. Doesn't deserve it. Go away.
This did go exactly where I thought it would go. So thanks for not disappointing, guys.
What do you think, Brian?
Brian.
Brian, choose a side. Are you gonna go with Jimmy or Jay? Which one are you doing?
He's going with the family.
I'm going with the guy who starts with Jay.
I'm optimistic, and here's why: because of Bianca in the background. That's why. I think what did they make Asuka and Charlotte for Money in the Bank? I think that's
who cares.
It's not. It's going to be on a SmackDown.
It's not about you, Joe. It's what Brian is talking about.
Go ahead.
It's going to be on a SmackDown. Nevertheless, they announced. I think it's like in 2 weeks or something like that. So in any event, because Bianca's in the background, where they did the backstage with Adam Pearce of like, when's my rematch? The whole Charlotte thing happens. She's clearly pissed that I think she'll get involved and fuck something up for Charlotte, and then we go from there. So if it was just straight Asuka Charlotte, I'd go, oh boy, here we go again. Take it or leave it. I think Bianca's gonna do something to mess things up. And I'm
triple threat at SummerSlam.
That. Yes, love it.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. So I'm on the optimistic side on this one, Joe.
Okay.
You don't share my optimism.
I don't care.
Okay. Well, hey, stick with what works.
Anything involving her, I don't care.
Money in the Bank entries continue. We got Santos Escobar with the win on SmackDown, Butch beating Corbin on SmackDown, and Damian Priest on Raw, defeating Matt Riddle, adding to LA Knight, Ricochet, and Nakamura. On the women's side, we got Io and Bailey. They've been added to Zelina, Becky, and Zoe. And I think we have one more to come. I haven't heard what the last match might be, but I think that's 5, so we need one more. Last week we talked LA Knight being the favorite. Guys, when you see these 5 here of the women, I mean, I think it feels a bit more wide open. What are your initial thoughts on this 5 and maybe a favorite if you think there's one in mind?
You know, Zoe Stark looks great, and she's an amazing wrestler. Her promo was not great this past week. I think she does need Trish to keep her, going. I think somehow we get Lita added to this match.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know how, but realistically, if I had to pick right now, I think Io and Becky are the clubhouse leaders to win. Dark horse would be Zelina and Zoe bringing up the rear only because she's new. And if it is Lita, that brings Trish back into the fold, and maybe we get Lita Trish one final time at SummerSlam. I am literally booking SummerSlam this week.
That's good.
So when editors come back and we're talking about SummerSlam, this is the episode. Editor, I know you're listening. This would be the 15th episode, June 15th episode. All of my SummerSlam predictions you can pull from this video. Thanks.
All right. We're marking it down. Joe, what's your initial thoughts here on this 5 Money in the Bank ladies?
I gotta agree with Jason. It's Becky or Io are pretty much the 2 clubhouse favorites, with the dark horse being Zelina Vega to give a boost to the LWO. But everyone else, no. And Zoe, oh man, that promo was it was hard to watch.
She was nervous and she talked too fast.
Yes, and Becky didn't help her either.
Yeah.
And who came out next? It was Chelsea and
Yes, Chelsea and
Sonia. And Zoe did this, and neither one of them flinched.
Because
They are
Chelsea
the best.
wasn't looking.
No,
Chelsea wasn't looking.
Yeah, Zoe.
And I'm like,
I never thought I'd be such a Chelsea Green fan, but since she's come back, she's like my favorite on the women's roster. I know she'll never win anything, but she is just so entertaining in the ring too. She's a great character, but she's also really good in the ring too. She doesn't have to win to entertain me.
Right.
But yeah, like they did nothing. It's like she couldn't get over with the crowd. And then when she tried to be intimidating, they weren't paying attention to her. Oh, it was a rough night for Zoe Stark.
Yeah. Hopefully better times ahead, because she's incredible in the ring. So just some things to work out.
But what about the men's?
Well, hold on.
Okay,
I
go
do
back.
think Zelina has the most to gain. Like, I think they should let her. Look what happened in Puerto Rico, and she has the following behind her. Like, it's just a matter of giving her a chance, and I think that this could be that chance. Now, it doesn't mean she's gonna win, and I know they kept saying 100% of the women have won the title, but it was 100% of the men at one point too.
Yeah,
give it to Zelina, but most likely Becky or Io.
Yeah, I'd have to look back, because I mean, I'm trying to think back. Like, was Liv Morgan the favorite last year? Was Becky Lynch the favorite last year?
Well, Liv was your favorite last year.
Clearly, yes. Yeah, I always look for that person of like, she's ready, give her the chance. And I don't.
Any match Becky's in, she's going to be the favorite.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I remember being surprised.
But no love for Bayley.
I think maybe Zelina has those similar threads of like, crowd likes her, got a great thing going with LWO. There's an angle there. I could see it.
Well, Bayley and Io will implode. That's what's going to happen with Bayley.
Yes.
So if Bayley costs Io or the other way, there's your feud there for SummerSlam pre-show.
Yeah. Joe, you asked about the men real quick. I mean, first off, adding Butch is great because, of course, they're in England. So like, oh yeah, duh, that makes sense. That would be great. This will go into my next topic, but we got Santos, Butch, Damian Priest, LA Knight, Ricochet, Nakamura. Of those 6, really 5 of them, I'd say, are crowd good guys / favorites. The only true heel is Damian Priest, right? Crowd loves LA Knight. Ricochet is a good guy. Nakamura is a good guy. Santos, good guy. Butch is, I think, a good guy for the most part, right? So
yeah,
what I was going to lead into is maybe is this an angle for Logan Paul next week back in Raw in Cleveland, his hometown? Is he going to get added to this match because there's 5 faces, crowd favorites, and only 1 like bad guy? It feels imbalanced to me.
I don't think it matters. I would love to see Butch win just because it is in London, which would be awesome. Obviously, much like the women, there's tiers to this. There's levels. Priest, probably the favorite. Probably won't win.
It's him and LA Knight for me. Yeah. They're neck and neck.
Then the next level is Nakamura and probably Ricochet. And then Escobar and Butch.
I think that's accurate.
I said last week, I think Ricochet could gain the most. Doesn't mean he's going to win. Nakamura's already been the champ. LA Knight.
No, he hasn't.
No, Nakamura was a champ. Did he beat
NXT
AJ?
Champ.
NXT, but he did not. He lost to AJ at WrestleMania and the rematches.
Yeah, he always challenged.
Nakamura won the Royal Rumble. He lost at Mania. He's never been WWE or heavyweight or any type of incarnation of that championship.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I'm looking this up now just to make sure that you're right.
I think this would be great. But it won't happen because it's too quick. I would love to see Finn Balor beat Seth for the championship and Priest cash in on him right afterwards.
Ooh.
And Finn only has the championship for like an hour after beating Seth again.
Right.
And that will start I think that's your story right there. If you're going to do something with the Judgment Day,
that's pretty good.
I think Damian Priest should win this. He's ready for that. He's ready for that next step.
So, Joe, what podcast did you hear that on? And you're taking credit for
none. I'm taking.
He's got
this
it.
is a. It's not like it's gonna happen, but it's like, any type of crackpot theory I have to say it out loud.
Hold on now.
You do.
How about again? He comes back on Monday. Logan Paul. What if Logan Paul restarts his feud with Seth, costs Seth the match, Finn wins the title, and that scenario plays out?
The cash in there that night.
Can you see it?
Damian Priest would be huge on Monday. Huge.
Well, Seth has an open challenge on Monday, and then Braun on Tuesday.
Yeah. That was just kind of a fun way that goes. But
so
yeah,
I mean,
maybe I'm not ruling out your theory there, Joe.
That's good.
What podcast did you hear that on? I have an original thought. I'm on.
You probably heard that on like the Masked Man show or something. But
yes,
I
heard on Cheap Heat.
Busted open after dark.
Yeah, I think that
it's coming up.
Yeah, I don't think Logan Paul answers the open challenge. I think Carlito answers the open challenge, which rumors are he did resign today. I think that cool. Seth wins. That's cool. I think that the thing with Braun on Tuesday is interesting that it's in NXT.
Yeah,
which I did not want happening.
I'm gonna be in Orlando.
Are you going?
I want to so bad.
What are your plans Tuesday night?
I'm actually flying back Monday, and there's no way I can change it. I really believe me, because I've been trying to figure out how to go to NXT, but there's just no way I can do it this trip. So maybe next time. But I don't know what's going to happen. Open challenge. I do like the idea Joe ripped from the Sam Roberts Wrestling podcast.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Oh,
it's a Joe original. Joe. It's a Joe original. It's an OJ original Joe.
The JO.
The JO.
So that'll be interesting. Always fun to have Logan Paul back for doing his thing.
I can see him being and putting himself into the Money in the Bank for star quality.
I'm
Austin
sorry, you
Theory.
do see?
I agree with you, Brian. I could see him being. I don't see him winning, but I could see him going to London for that.
Yeah.
Last chance qualifier. All the losers get in. Somehow Logan Paul gets in. There you go.
Yeah, it can happen. I think there's something with this lineup that there needs something more. We'll see. We touched on it briefly. Yeah, there just a second ago. NXT set up fun next 2 weeks. They're calling it the NXT Gold Rush, and we're getting Seth and Braun, and they teased it last week. It is happening down in NXT as Seth answers the challenge. Guys, bigger picture. Nick Khan, recent interview, he states that they believe NXT can be its own third brand. This is exactly. This has gone back and forth so many times. It's a third brand. It's developmental. I guess the thinking is the TV rights are coming up, and you get Seth and main roster guys. It's going to boost ratings, and yay, NXT gets a lot of money. Guys, for your interest, I mean, maybe you don't even care. I don't know, but do you feel like NXT can be the third brand, or has that ship sailed? Because we're a long way from Black and Gold now with Adam Cole and all these guys.
NXT is a great wrestling show. That's all it should matter. Whether it's the free agents going there, the call-ups, the draftees, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't care. To me, it's its own brand. It is affiliated with WWE, and I don't give a fuck other than it just being a great show. Now, and if you are saying you have an issue with it, then you must have an issue with the Ring of Honor, New Japan, AEW, Impact clusterfuck that is AEW. Because all those titles and all those wrestlers from all those other companies going to AEW, it's, is it the same thing? Could it be the same thing? So it's not a big deal. It's a great wrestling show. It's better than AEW. It's better than Impact. So,
and you're an Impact guy.
I enjoy Impact. I'm not gonna lie. It has been hard for me to watch lately just because I haven't had time. I'm just This is just life's fucking taking over, and I can't watch 27 hours of wrestling a week. I just can't.
We record while Impact is
that's another
TV.
reason.
It's just it's a impossibility.
It shows up on their YouTube channel the next day, but it's just fucking hard, and not everybody has access. But You know,
Right.
it's a good show. Give it a chance if you can. I just don't have time. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Just
NXT is a third brand.
again. The Nick Khan when he came back with
Yeah.
that, like, we think it's a third brand. I'm like, not this again. Like, we've
Take it
been
away,
there
Joe.
and we've done that, and we had NXT 2.0, and that was what it was. And now it's kind of this like in the middle of the two eras to me. So when I saw that quote, I went, oh, here we go again. And again, that's why I kind of said, like, maybe it doesn't matter to you. If you enjoy the show, that's fine and good. But Joe, when you heard that, when you saw that, did you have the same reaction I did of just like, are we doing this again? Really? Like, make
Yeah,
up
pretty
your
much.
mind, NXT.
I didn't know about the TV rights coming up for NXT, so it makes sense that they're doing that to try to make it more lucrative for them to stay on USA. But it's all under the same umbrella.
It is,
and it's an entertaining show. It's better than AEW. So, like, okay, then consider it a third brand, but you don't have to promote it saying like, oh, they're all the same. Just let it be what it is. NXT has a following, period. It's like even people who were in the black and gold stayed loyal to it during 2.0 and are back for like, I took a break from 2.0, but I've come back to the new version. And I think it's like, I don't think it lost anything.
Except Izzy's parents.
Man, but who cares?
They're not there anymore. Shit, I forgot about them. Yeah,
so did everyone.
I know it is,
but
what
yeah,
it is, man.
It is what it is. It's all under the same umbrella. I like the free agents going down there. I like guys who aren't guys and gals who are not on SmackDown and Raw getting a chance to showcase their talents on television still. Yeah. And then coming back to SmackDown or Raw. That's what it's supposed to be for. It's just to showcase talent.
And I liked that, Corbin attacked what's his name? Carmelo.
Yeah, made it interesting.
Had a match with Trick Williams.
Yeah, good one with Dragunov this week.
Yeah. Did you hear the rumor that the NXT championships may be defended at SummerSlam for the first time this year?
I did not.
There's a rumor going on about that. It's like, we're going to see the women's Tiffany and, Carmelo at SummerSlam.
And that's the thing, because I was leading to on SmackDown, they did a nice little segment of Carmelo and Trick in the front row to watch Corbin's qualifier against Butch. And I said that now I'm getting into this. This is good. we're getting the both ways thing. So I think more of that is fine. And Joe, again, we're handing out the credits. I don't know if it was your idea or somebody's idea of like, Braun, fuck things up for Seth on the main roster. Like, I hope Seth doesn't accept the challenge. Somebody said it last week, and I was
got that from the Matt Men podcast.
Yeah, the Matt Men.
Yeah. Oh God, Andrew Zarian and friends. But in any event, we're getting it on Tuesday. It is cool in that little, like, I guess, vacuum of like, that'll be fun to watch Seth Rollins back at NXT. So,
but what I said, if we go back to last week's show, I said that if Seth accepted, Braun goes up to Raw, Seth should not go to NXT.
Okay.
But you said that. You got that wrong.
I got that wrong.
The other stuff that you took from Sam Roberts and Masked Man and Matt Man and Drunk Wrestling History, all those podcasts you're ripping from, those are all right. The one you did say, wrong.
Right. I'm ripping from everybody. I don't have an original thought in my head.
At least you admitted it. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Jason, whatever. Where's the beef?
So that'll be what happens this coming Tuesday. So excited to see how that plays out. AEW on Wednesday kicks off with MJF Adam Cole. Hell of a fun match. Highlights include MJF's elbow dive to Cole through the table outside. He loves doing that move. And the MJF jerk off arm bar, as invented by George Hackenschmidt, I do believe. It ends in a 30-minute draw, just as Cole was to get the pin.
So good.
Cole asked for 5 more minutes. MJF walks away.
Which he should have.
Why would he give him 5 more minutes? Get the fuck out of here.
Absolutely. I thought this was the AEW TV match of the year so far. What'd you guys think of the match? And Jay, you're just saying that you love the draw ending. I raised my eyebrow When I heard that, I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. But I think the follow-up of the, hey, 5 more minutes and MJF walking out, that settled me down a little bit.
I don't know if you know this, but MJF is the greatest wrestler in the world today.
I'm not going to, I mean, we could do a whole show about MJF versus Roman. Or but like,
can I still
I'm
choose
not, I'm not
Gunther?
going to argue. You can. We'll have a triple threat.
I choose Gunther, period.
Fuck, man. But no, MJF's amazing. He's fantastic.
So good. I think that what that match, I mean, I watched it live, and I haven't been live in a while on AEW,
Right.
and I was, doing some stuff at my house, and when I saw it was first, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I watch the whole thing. I don't watch picture in picture. I don't. I just it doesn't. It's too hard to pay attention. The screen is too small. I get it. Like, just fucking go to a commercial. There's got to be ways around that, or go commercial free for the first 30 minutes. Like, a match that good that ended up going the draw. And you know what was good about it for me? They didn't count it down. Oh my God, there's only 10 seconds left.
No
It came
idea.
out of nowhere. That was
And
smart.
it was perfect.
Yeah.
Because nobody was paying attention to the time. I thought, it was a 30-minute match, but for, most of the matches on TV are only 20. And it wasn't a title match. It was a title eliminator. So it could have been a 20-minute match. But the fact that it went 30 minutes, nobody was paying attention to the time, just goes to show how good that match really was. So good. And I don't know.
Love the match.
I mean, the text thread of if you have to go through 5 guys to get another shot,
what's going to happen.
We will never discuss
Don't.
AEW on the show.
It's going to happen.
You think,
Don't
Joe?
do it.
Oh yeah, 100%. They have time to kill before the next pay-per-view for them. They got to do something.
Is that all in? Is that London for them?
Yeah.
And then All Out is
They got
Memorial
like a
Day
month.
weekend.
They got over a month.
Ooh.
So it's going to be the 5 weeks. Sorry, Brian. We're gonna be taking a hiatus. You tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
No.
rinse and
Don't
repeat.
do it. Fuck that.
We talked
I just
about it
wondered
last week.
Yeah, I just
It's going to be
wondered what
Sabu
5.
because of their history
Yeah,
together.
Sabu.
Uh-huh.
Sabu, we said.
Maybe
I
Kyle
don't know.
O'Reilly comes back, Bobby Fish.
Yeah, Bobby Fish, we said.
Matt
yeah.
Taven, the
Yeah.
Kingdom guys. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Don't
But-
do that.
Juventud Guerrero, why not?
Just have Tony Khan come out and say, rematch. It's an
You know
hour
what?
now.
Let's just get El Dandy in there too.
Sure.
It's 35. It'll be a 35-minute match.
35-minute match.
God.
That makes more sense.
It's gonna happen. It's just rinse and repeat.
I hope it does.
No.
Just to watch
No.
Brian's head explode.
No.
Same here, but it's gonna annoy
No.
me. But like whatever.
Oh,
Do we
There's
think
so many other
MJF
good things that could happen.
Do we think MJF shows up on Collision this weekend? The debut?
No.
Well, yeah, they. Oh,
He is the champ.
Oh.
Why wouldn't the champ be on a brand new television show?
Because
I
it's all
guess
about CM Punk.
I guess I could see him in the sky. Yeah, boy. I'm going to say no, but I'm not going to rule out that like CM Punk's in the skybox eating popcorn, watching those fuckers beat each other up. But I don't think he's on the microphone or gets involved in a match. Maybe it's a little
Pre-tape?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No.
Maybe talking about how another TV show he doesn't have to wrestle on.
Right. Right. I did laugh at his with the trainer, basically saying like Tanahashi, Forbidden Door. I've no show before, Tony. I did
he's
laugh
great.
at that.
He's just the best.
He
The absolute
is.
best.
So we'll say it, guys. Collision tomorrow night. CM Punk's back. The internet rumor mill on Thursday. ESPN interview with Punk apparently is about to drop. He's bad mouthing guys, and
90% of the roster is going to be pissed, allegedly.
I don't know, but
Orange Cassidy will not care either way.
yeah, stick to the
Whatever.
gimmick. I mean, but then my question is, guys, what are your plans for watching AEW? Are you going to watch it live? Like maybe as a DVR? You're not even going to bother? Just read what happens after the fact online?
I'll be at Disney World, so I
There
don't
you
give
go.
a fuck. I didn't give a fuck when this was announced that Nitro Light was coming to
Nitro
TNT.
Light.
So, and
I'm a
interesting
DVR.
enough, Nitro Light with Bullet Club Gold make your own
Yeah,
six
yeah.
pack.
All your exactly.
Create your own six pack
on
Really,
draft.
But look, I'm not going to want spoilers. I will have my iPad and I'm going to record it on Hulu. So when I get back to my room after the day at the park,
Okay.
I probably will watch it, but I'm not going to be so invested. And it doesn't make sense. Like I said it last week, why Joe is with the Bullet Club guys, it doesn't make sense. And Joe's the Ring of Honor TV champ. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So
that's Tony Khan doing hey guys, remember when Joe and Punk fought in 2005? Look what I did. That's what it is. And and the
because
it's
Ring of Honor footage. I have the DVD. I literally went looking for it yesterday because I know that's what this is going.
It was 18 years ago.
I know, but
that's
how
he does
Tony Khan. That's how Tony operates, man.
Mm-hmm.
He did the line.
He was
Whoa.
He was a big fan of the wrestler Randy the Ram and Ernest Cat Miller, but what was his name in that movie?
He was the Sheik, I think.
The Sheik, yeah. It's like whatever. Yeah. It's just like,
right.
you do this, I do that, and that's what this is. It's just like basically it's a fan show. It's a house show.
I think forever though I'll remember Collision as should be known as Tony Goes to Wrestling, as we talked about with our AEW movie franchises comparison.
Tony Goes to Wrestling. Or my favorite one that I've come up with, because, I, of course, am the number one fan of my own comedy, All Philite Wrestling.
All Philite.
I like it.
That's good. That's good, too. I like that.
I'm going to give CM Punk a compliment from Wednesday. Great T-shirt choice. Anytime Bob Probert can be on TV, I am happy. Yes,
Blackhawks legend.
It's my favorite. Red Wing legend. He went to the Blackhawks afterwards. It's like my favorite, Wings jersey that I still wear is my Bob Probert jersey.
Nice.
Freaking love that thing. What makes it even better is my brother hates that I have it because he's like, "You don't deserve that," and I'm like, anytime I see him, I wear it.
Well, that's payback for your dad picking him for the All-Star team and not you.
Right.
Oh yeah, I say that too. Thanks for
buy his own.
Salt in the wound. But it's not the same. Then he'll be copying me, Brian. That's the thing. He can't buy his own. You'll always have that because I got it first.
Makes sense.
CM Punk showed up on Mayans MC 2 weeks ago. He's playing like a deadbeat dad drug. He's like a drug addict.
That's a fun stretch for him. Yeah.
So he showed up again this week. But I got to say, the promo video that ran on Dynamite, it got me excited. It was a very good produced video. But again, if it's going to be a 6-man match, look, we know they're going to win. What happens after that? Who knows?
Yeah. What did you guys think of the off the rails ending of we had Blackpool, we had the Elite, and then we had Eddie Kingston, and then Takeshita comes out, and then Kenny Omega comes out, and then Will Ospreay comes out. What did you guys think of that?
I'll let Joe go first on this one.
Felt like I was watching Nitro. All the run-ins. I mean, I love seeing Eddie Kingston anytime on TV, but it's like, was he helping the Elite or was he trying? What was he doing? Because he should be with Moxley, but I don't know.
And they obviously teased.
But it felt like I was watching Nitro, and all the NWO factions just started fighting each other, and then we ran out of time. We'll see you next week.
I think Tony Khan blew his load on that ending last night.
He did. It was pretty wild. I even
back there just
oh. All right. Thanks for that visual. I looked up because I'd seen this online. It reminded me of this must have been spring of 2001. The match was a 8-man tag match, and it was Cactus Jack and The Rock and Too Cool versus Triple H, X-Pac, Chris Benoit, and Perry Saturn. So you got 10 guys going on. You got Stephanie McMahon on commentary, just like Bryan Danielson was on commentary. And they get into this big schmoz. And then the New Age Outlaws come out and they're schmozzing. And then Kane comes out. and he ends up beating up everybody. So that's what that reminded me of. And it was just like what the? It was just all these things. But I did enjoy the Will Ospreay part because that was just, that
You
was the
hate
one
Kenny
that was.
Omega?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
fine.
Kenny Omega.
What a jerk.
I like Kenny Omega quite a bit. I just thought because I expect to see any New Japan guys until the actual pay-per-view. So
I mean, Forbidden
shit.
Door is looking very fun.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
usually.
That's
this is, and with what we may get Punk Kenta.
Yes,
doesn't want to work with Kenta.
That's what's
They're both
part of this
Googled.
ESPN thing. Rumored,
Oh, okay.
That they're going to talk about that.
Well, obviously, we're recording on Thursday night. This
Yeah.
interview with Mark Romani is supposed to come out on Friday. The good thing is it's with ESPN. It's not Joe's wrestling podcast, whatever.
Where I get all my information.
This is a real
Media
outlet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's
It's
Mark
not Colt
Romani.
Cabana.
Mark Romani, if you don't know, is one of ESPN's MMA journalists who knows his stuff. I don't know about if I've never heard him dabble in wrestling before, so that'll be interesting. But I think with Punk's MMA background, his work as a commentator, his time in the UFC, I think it'll be good. I'm not going. Well, I was going to say I'm surprised Ariel didn't do it, but with Ariel blasting Tony Khan as the worst interview ever, I see why Ariel didn't get it.
I thought that same thing, Jay, because Ariel and Punk, like when Punk
They were
started in
friends.
UFC, they did a multiple interviews in that time.
Before his UFC fights. They were just
even in WWE he did. You're right.
So
I wonder where that is right now because of the nature of Ariel and Tony Khan not on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, if
Who knows?
there was one of us that had beef with somebody, like I wouldn't send them Kevin or Brian. I mean, I bet Joe talked to them, but
Yeah,
I'm not sending my
picture
guys.
yeah.
It's so nice that you sent your A-list. Got it.
Z-list.
I'll also be to getting back to the original question of like, are you watching Collision?
No,
it's all good. We stared at so many directions, but yeah, I'll be in Grand Rapids Saturday night getting ready for my daughter's cheerleading competition the next morning. So
You can't DVR that?
I can. I don't think I want to.
I
don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I will. Okay, maybe I will because I'll be coming back on Father's Day. We'll be driving back that afternoon after the cheer competition, and I'm off Monday. My company is giving us a holiday for Juneteenth.
A day of mourning for
No.
CM Punk returning to
No,
ruin wrestling.
Maybe it will be. So yeah, you know what? Maybe I will DVR because I'm going to have some time on Monday to catch up on wrestling and do whatever the hell I want to do because I'm off of work. So good times.
Gotcha.
So all right. So put me in the DVR category after all. All right. That's it, I think, for this week, guys. Unless there's anything else we need to throw out there or chit chat. I think we did
For
a pretty good
Simon,
job.
I had nothing to do with that. My iPad is working fine this week. This wasn't a quick cut like there was a couple weeks ago. My iPad shut down in the 30-minute podcast, and that was Simon. We're good. We're where we're supposed to be. It's all good. Go Google Sheik's boner.
And at that note, I
Just
don't
enjoy wrestling.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. Because of that boner is the reason wrestling is here today.
They need to like
it birthed the world of professional wrestling that we all love today. Sheik's boner against Hulk Hogan.
They need the director's cut of the A&E biography with a little deleted scene as Joe turns his back
Again.
I mean, the world. I mean, the
what the world is watching. Then now forever together.
I mean, it raised the roof. It pitched a tent in the world of professional wrestling that is still growing and growing and growing today. With no Iron Sheik's boner, there's no Collision tomorrow on TNT.
Penis.
I work with children.
I
That's
know.
what it is. I work with a bunch of children.
If you want a shirt from children, whatamaneuver.net is where you go. YouTube.com/That Wrestling Podcast.
Maybe I got to get my guy to make a Sheik's boner shirt.
I don't know if I'd wear it, but I would promote
boner
it. Yes.
number one.
Holy shit. You talk about obscure moments. That's the one right there. All right. At That WrestlePod. Everybody, hey, enjoy SmackDown and Rampage and Collision and, of course,
Sheik's boner.
the Iron Sheik in all his glory. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy wrestling.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3, that's it!
Thanks for watching That Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And for more That Wrestling Podcast content, follow @ThatWrestlePod on social media.